Hey everybody, it's Gio from Microsoft at Florida International University, and today is January 19th, 2014. It's 4:47 a.m., and in this video I'm going to show you the technique of unique upgrades. So, you may wonder how I've gotten to this point already, and why the first technique video I showed you was power-ups. So, my quick answer to that question is that I am not holding back with the techniques playlist. I am showing you the most crazy stuff I have implemented off of the bat to prove the point that I am holding nothing back. I find it very important for me to teach you guys all of the techniques I have figured out through Construct 2, because it will make your life a lot easier than mine was figuring this stuff out off the bat or creating these techniques on the fly. So, let's proceed to this video and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So the unique upgrade technique is something that is not done the typical way people would think. Ideally, when you're upgrading an object, you may think you have certain upgrade criteria, and all you need to do is just click an object and upgrade it, right? It sounds very simple, ideally. So we have something that says when you click a player and the animation frame of the player is less than 2, set his frame to the next frame. So the reason I do this is because we have 3 animations for our player, which represent his upgrades, right? We also have a button upgrade, but we won't worry about that just yet. And we have a big text, right? So in something which is going to happen every single tick, we're going to set the big text to the UID, just as an insurance policy to really see what's going on. So I'm going to set this to our global variable UID, and we can just not worry about that from now on, leave that there, right? So now what I'm doing is I'm checking if I'm touching the player, and if the animation frame of that respective player is less than 2, or less than or equal to 2, then I will add 1 to his frame, right? So technically speaking, this frame change represents an upgrade, right? And every time I click a guy, I'm upgrading him. So although I am upgrading, I am still not doing what I need to do, because ideally, the idea of unique upgrades involves knowing which unit or which, specific instance of an object you are upgrading. So although I am upgrading those guys, I'm upgrading them, I am not keeping track of who is being upgraded. And that's where this unique upgrade technique will come in, right? So this is why I have this big text here that's going to display my UID. So now what I do is on touched object, I am going to, instead of what I was doing before, I'm going to set the value of my UID to the player I have clicked his UID. So now when I run this layout, it's going to change to the unique ID of each object I am using at the time. So as you may notice, they all have different UIDs, and I can now keep track of each player or each instance of an object, right? And then the next step is this. Upgrade button. Well, I'm going to check the touched. Untouched object. So now when I touch the upgrade button, what I'm going to do is add a sub event, and we're going to add it for player, and we're going to say pick by unique ID. I'm going to call my UID global variable, which is storing the ID of the player I last clicked, and then I'm going to say set frame to player.animation frame plus 1. So although my logic will look somewhat similar to before, the difference is that I am setting this UID of the player I click to my global variable so that I can see it from anywhere, right? And then when I touch the upgrade button, the one that's stored there is the one that's upgraded. So the last guy I clicked is the one that becomes upgraded. And I'm going to run the layout and show you exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I've clicked him, I've upgraded him. I've clicked him, but let's say I don't want to upgrade him and I click him. He's now upgraded. Do you get me? So that is the beauty of this. I know exactly who I'm upgrading, so I now know who my objects are, and that is the power I now hold, versus before when I was just upgrading blindly. So, I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.